Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to San Francisco Seagulls baseball. The Seagulls taking on the San Luis Obispo Blues in San Luis Obispo at Sinsheimer Park in this another beautiful day, 80 degrees this Sunday in San Luis Obispo, and the Seagulls got back into the win column yesterday, currently 5-6, and the Blues 6-4. Hi, everyone. I am Cameron Anderson on the call here today, and I will take you along this journey in what should be another fantastic game. The Seagulls were victorious yesterday in the final score of 7-4. But I'm sure the Blues are going to want to change that this time. Let's take a look at the Blues lineup. And as you can see, Jariah Lewis leading it off and playing center, followed by Sam Ardois at short, Dylan Getz at first, Casey Borba at third, Max Lane in left, Owen Estabrook behind the dish, Brendan Comerford DHing, Jake Hicksonbaugh right, Braden Jeffers at second base, and John Damazonio on the mound for the Blues. Now, let's take a look at your San Francisco Seagulls lineup. Isaiah Landry getting the start in center field once again, and Jacob Brewer batting second, playing first, followed by Ethan Roan at second base, Josh Hansen DHing today, Andrew Tinsley in left, Logan Stelling in right, Matt Moreno at third, Kai Holm at short, Shane Stanley doing the catching duties today, and the man on the mound for the Seagulls is Garrett Plata. All right, well, let's get straight to it. We're getting underway for first pitch here in Sinsheimer Park. Again, the Seagulls were victorious yesterday, 7-4, a 3-run inning and a 4-run inning was all they needed. 3 in the fourth and 4 in the seventh. A couple of big hits by the Seagulls, most notably Kai Holm and Matt Moreno. Matt Moreno had a 2-run double. The bases were loaded, and if you remember, there were runners on second and third. They decided to intentionally walk Logan Hart with 1 out to set up a double play situation, forced out at every base. Came back to bite them. Next pitch, Matt Moreno hit a double into right center field, and then Kai Holm, 2-run single, and those 4 runs were really the difference in that ball game. All right, well, John Damazonio on the mound, getting ready for first pitch to Isaiah Landry. First pitch, 2-0 here in San Luis Obispo, and he misses outside, ball 1. Damazonio from Cupertino, California, went to Bellarmine College Prep High School, as this one is hit into right field. Right fielder Hicksonbaugh, is he able to make the catch? He is. So Landry retired for the first out this afternoon. Damazonio, the man on the mound, currently a junior at St. Mary's. He was the West Coast Conference All-Freshman select, toting a 3.26 ERA with 20 strikeouts and 4 saves in 17 appearances. So another WCC pitcher. A couple of St. Mary's guys on this roster. Saw a lot of USF guys with the Menlo Park Legends. Swing and a miss from Brewer, 1-1. Jacob Brewer, local boy from San Bruno, California, went to Cappuccino High School and played this spring at Kenyatta College. He takes a look at strike 2. Brewer hit .345 in 29 games his senior year at Cappuccino. And then this spring at Kenyatta, he hit .377 in 23 games and had an impressive 1.101 OPS. He takes a look at a fastball high, ball 2. So 2-2 on Brewer with 1 out here in the top of the first. This is Damazino's 3rd start of the year. He's gone 9 innings in his first 2 starts, and he's had a heck of a start himself this summer. 9 innings, 13 strikeouts, 6 hits, 4 walks, and no runs. So you'll notice Plata, the man on the mound for the Seagulls, has not given up any runs either. Both of these guys coming in with a clean ERA. See if that stays the case today. The Seagulls collected 10 hits and 7 runs yesterday in one of their better offensive performances. Albeit this is definitely an underdog mentality here. Brewer takes a walk, so the Seagulls with 1 out have a runner on first base.
First base runner of the afternoon for the San Francisco Seagulls.
Well, Jacob Brewer walks, and in steps a guy who has walked a lot, in fact the most on the team, 14 walks in 10 games. It's Ethan Roan. Roan from Choctaw, Oklahoma to Murray State, JC. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. Well, interestingly enough, for some of you at home who are interested how some of these guys from Oklahoma and Texas have made their ways to San Francisco, it's because of their allegiance to Murray State and Coach Dom's allegiance to Murray State, in which he was a coach there. And so a lot of those, or not a lot of these 3 or 4 Murray State players came over to the Seagulls because of Coach Dom. And the Seagulls have greatly benefited from that connection because a lot of them have been integral parts of this team. Talking about Will Ellis, Ethan Roan, Andrew Tinsley. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, 2-2. Roan comes into this one batting .267, 7 RBIs, second best, 9 runs, first. He has the most runs scored for the Seagulls. Move to first. Brewer gets back in time.
2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. 1 runner on first here at the top of the first inning. Sunshine Stadium. Picks over to first.
Another move to first. Brewer's back in safely. Roan, in his sophomore season at Murray State, hit .344, the 1.009 OPS, and had 6 homers and 41 runs. And he strikes out looking. Good pitch from Damasino, and Roan is down looking for the second out of the ballgame. Roan having a word, giving the next hitter, Josh Hansen, the information on Damasino, what he's throwing, what to look for. Josh Hansen, the 6'1" righty from the city, San Francisco. And that first pitch up and in. He gets out of the way just in time. He's walking around. Hansen, obviously the IMG Academy alumni, just finished his time there and is definitely a major league prospect in the eyes of a lot of scouts. And we will have to wait and see. Could potentially be getting drafted here. Swing and a miss, 1-1. But if he decides to continue his collegiate career, he's committed to USC. Sonoma witnessed the Hansen show as in the second game of his summer season. He hit for the cycle, in which the Seagulls were en route to putting up 19 runs. They won 19-1 against the Sonoma Stompers. Seagulls are off to a red-hot start at 4-2 as Hansen loses the bat. He fouled that ball off, but in the process, let go of the bat and towards the Seagulls dugout.
Right at the entrance of the dugout. Close call there. Andrew Tinsley had to get out of the way as well.
So nonetheless, 2-2, 2 outs, runner on first.
Gone here, runner at first.
The 2-2 runner's on the move, breaking ball, and he's rung up.
Struck out looking. Back-to-back
Good breaking ball for Damazonio, and Hansen's down looking, back-to-back strikeouts. And we head to the bottom of the first, 0-0 here in San Luis Obispo. Bottom half of the first, Garrett Plata, the man on the mound. The southpaw from San Jose went to King's Academy College Prep and just finished his redshirt sophomore year for the St. Mary's Gales. Hit 307 as a sophomore in high school before solely focusing on his pitching. He also participated in a perfect game preseason All-American game. Plata has had a great start to the summer, and this is his third start in his 2 starts so far this year. He's only gone 4 innings, but 7 punch-outs, 3 walks, no hits, no runs. So he's been efficient. We'll see how deep into the game he works here as he's facing Jariah Lewis, leading it off for the Blues. Lewis fouls that one back, and he quickly finds himself down in the count, 0-2. Lewis from Alameda, so he's from the East Bay, went to Encinal High School, and then went to USC out of high school, and then he's now a redshirt senior at San Jose State University, playing for the Spartans. Spartans won the Mountain West Conference last year, and Fresno State won it this year. He hit 371 in high school and was named High School Athlete of the Year. This one is down the left field line. Tinsley rushing over, sliding attempt, and he got it. What a play by Andrew Tinsley. Unfortunately, just out of frame, but he slid into foul territory and makes another great defensive play. Andrew Tinsley is going to have quite a highlight reel by the end of the summer. So, 1 out now here in the bottom of the first, and here's the shortstop, Sam Ardois. Ardois 0 for 3 yesterday. Looking to get it going here from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Went to Sam Houston High School and is a sophomore at the University of Texas. The 1-0 just misses 2-0 now. Ardois was ranked the number 2 shortstop in Louisiana by Perfect Game. and played in the Future Stars main event in high school.
To Lafayette, which is just
The 2-0 misses 3-0.
after spending his first season as a freshman, the Longhorns at the University of Texas Austin.
Ardois comes into this one hitting 200 in 6 games this summer. He also has 3 runs scored. The 3-0 misses, and it's a 1-out walk. So just like the top half of the first, a quick out, and then a 1-out walk. So Ardois walks, and in steps the first baseman for the Blues, Dylan Getz. Getz was playing in his first game of the summer for the Blues yesterday. He went 2 for 4. A couple of singles.
He's also a St. Mary's Gale, just like John Danzoni. Two teammates going head-to-head this afternoon matchup in CCL play. Swinging and missing upstairs, it's Dylan Getz.
Swing and a miss from Getz. 1-1, 1 out.
Redshirted his first season and didn't play last year as a true junior for the Gales. His sophomore season, he had a 4.01 ERA and 24 2/3 inning pitch.
Runner on first, and the move back to first. Ardois back easily.
21 strikeouts in those 24 2/3 innings pitched with St. Mary's. 15 walks as well. There's 11 earned runs.
Runners on the move. Throw inside. Stanley from his knees. Did they get him? Yes. And why is he not sliding? Sam Ardois thrown out at second from Stanley behind the dish, who didn't even get up from his crouch. He threw him out from his knees, and Ardois, for some reason, wasn't getting down. So Stanley with another victim on the base paths, and he's did that a lot at CCSF, one of the better defensive catchers in community college. So now 2-2 and strike 3. So what a momentum boost there for the Seagulls. Stanley's fired up after throwing out the runner and then completing the strikeout right there with his pitcher, Garrett Plata. We head to the top of the second. It's still 0-0 here in San Luis Obispo. Top half of the second, and while we have some time, let's take a look at the upcoming game for the San Francisco Seagulls. They will be hosting the Sonoma Stompers on Wednesday at 6 o'clock in San Bruno at San Bruno City Park, Tom Lara Field. We will have the live stream. I don't know why I say we. I will have the live stream for you that game. And then they have another home game on Thursday, and then they have another 2 days off, Friday, Saturday, no games. And then, obviously, tomorrow and Tuesday they have off. So it's been a crammed couple weeks for the Seagulls, but good for some of the guys to get a little bit of rest here. Just 3 games in the next 7 days. All right, Andrew Tinsley set to lead it off for the Seagulls. First pitch swinging straight back, and just misses the press box. Tinsley made a spectacular sliding grab in deep left field in foul territory and a full-out sprint into a slide. Unfortunately, the catch was just out of frame of the video. Tinsley from Frisco, Texas, went to Odessa College, Murray State JC, and is just now committed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. This spring at Murray State JC, he hit .355, hitting 7 homers, swiped 19 bags, and drove in 54 runs in 53 games. 1-2 on Tinsley. Takes a look at ball 2.
Tinsley got the night off, but he's batting .226, 7 hits, and his 31 at-bats. One extra base hit, it's a double.
The 2-2 fouled back, and we'll try again.
Resurgence in 2024. 174 at-bats. He had 62 hits.
Tinsley comes into this one. This is 11th game of the season. His 8 runs, second best. Here is a line drive into center field. It's going to get down in front of Lewis, and it's a base hit.
A leadoff single for Andrew Tinsley. He's aboard here.
So Tinsley reaches safely here in the top of the second, and that'll bring up the right fielder, number 12, Logan Stelling. Stelling from Gilroy, California, went to Christopher High School and just finished his spring at West Valley Junior College. Him and Hart were some two-sport athletes. Stelling rushed for 216 yards per game in his senior year and scored 8 touchdowns in 2 games before the COVID season was shut down. Swing and a miss, 1-1. On the diamond in high school, he was a two-way, just like he has been at West Valley JC. He hit .360, 7 doubles, 4 homers, and then on the mound was 2-0 with 2 saves and a 0.70 ERA. He additionally had 19 strikeouts in 10 innings pitched. 1-2 here on Stelling. No outs. Tinsley at first. He has 2 stolen bases this summer. He's not on the move. And Stelling, good eye. That one misses, 2-2. Stelling, 4 for 21 in 8 games coming into this one. 5 walks and leads the team in hit by pitches. He has 3. So for some reason, the ball has been attracted to him. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the first out here in the top of the second. Third punch out so far for Damasino. Well, with 1 out and a runner on first, that'll bring up Matt Moreno. Moreno playing in his 4th game. He's played in every game so far since joining the Blues. The LMU commit. He takes a look at a fastball inside, ball 1. Moreno had that big 2-run double yesterday that helped that 4-run rally in the 7th. Tinsley, big lead, and he's on the run. And he's in there safely. Estabrook unable to catch it cleanly, but Tinsley had such a big lead and great jump, I don't know if it would have mattered. So Tinsley picks up his 3rd stolen base for the Seagulls. Now runner at second in scoring position with 1 out and a 2-0 count on Stelling. Takes a look at a fastball, 2-1. Moreno, after that double yesterday, he has 2 doubles in 3 games. He's already tied with Hansen with the most doubles for the Seagulls with 2. He's also walked 3 times in as many games played. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Moreno. Tinsley at second, and there's 1 down. Ground ball to short. Ardois fields it cleanly. Throw to first is offline. Moreno slips, so he's going to stay pat at first, but Tinsley comes around to score the opening run of the ballgame. It's another throwing error for the Blues infield. This time, it's Ardois. Mondu had a couple yesterday, and so that's 1,000% an E6. Seagulls take advantage. Tinsley comes around to score. It's 1-0. So heads up, and an important steal by Tinsley. He was at second base. Could have been a force out at second. Instead, he eliminates that by swiping second base and then able to come around to score on the errant throw by the Blues shortstop. Here's Kai Holm, the Seagulls shortstop. First pitch was a strike. Kai Holm at Coppin State University, went to College of San Mateo before transferring to Coppin State. Also Sequoia High School. Holm had a big senior year at Sequoia, hitting .457 in 26 games. He had 15 doubles and 3 triples at Sequoia. At CSM, he hit .367 his freshman year and then .333 his sophomore year with 40 total runs batted in. Last spring at Coppin State, hit .280, 29 RBIs in 45 games. Throw back to first. Runners in safely. So Estabrook saw that Matt Moreno had a pretty big secondary, decided to try to back pick him at first. Moreno, pretty good lead over there at first base. He's not going. This one fouled out of play, and we're full, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone, and a runner on first here in the top of the second. Seagulls have already pushed 1 across here in the frame, and it's ball 4 to Holm. Second walk of the afternoon for this Seagulls offense. And now, runners on first and second for the 9-hitter, the catcher, number 34, Shane Stanley. Stanley went to Lowell High School from San Francisco and also played 2 years at CCSF and transferred to University of Maryland Eastern Shore. As a senior in 2021, his junior and senior year were obviously cut short. Just played in 7 games in those 2 years. I can attest to that as well, being a class of 21 alumni. In his sophomore campaign at Lowell High School, he hit .329, helping his team win the 2019 CIF San Francisco Section Baseball Championship. Stanley, primarily known for his great defense, threw out 54 runners in his 2 years at CCSF and only committed 3 errors in 67 games. Already caught 1 today. Takes a swing and a miss at that one. It's 0-2 now. Stanley looking to get the bat going here. Again, like I said, great defender, but just 1 for 16 in 6 games. Big spot here. Runners on first and second. 0-2 count.
2.
The
Now
0-2
comes home on the 0-2.
is high and
Just
outside, ball 1.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Tried to climb the ladder against Stanley. Did a nice job of holding up on that pitch.
Damazonio looking for his 4th punch out, and
Summer for Shane
Stanley
16 at-bats.
trying to add on here in the 2nd. Breaking ball, strike 3 looking, and a good pitch from Damazonio. The front door slider, and Stanley down looking for the 2nd out.
Popped out to right field last time he was up.
2 gone here in the top half of the 2nd, and here's the top of the order, Isaiah Landry. Landry led off the game, flying out to right field. He's 0 for 1 today.
Alabama State Hornet with 2 runners on.
First pitch to him is outside, ball 1.
Ball and no strikes.
Landry went to El Cerrito High School and then Clayton Valley, and then just finished his freshman season at Alabama State.
4th start of the season. 3 walks to his 3 strikeouts. As he looks at that
Takes a look
fastball
at a
down
strike.
the middle, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Landry had a great freshman campaign at Alabama State, hitting .363 in 31 games, 7 doubles, 4 triples, 2 homers. So the triples, the homers, he swiped a bag yesterday. Already a couple of steals for him this summer.
He was voted the team most valuable player in 2021 in high school, growing up in Pittsburgh, California. He was first team All-League as a senior.
He's stolen a base in every game he's played so far.
Average on base hits in a season, his most batted in a season.
2-1 on Landry.
Bombs major at
Runners on 1st and 2nd. And that one misses. 3-1.
upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike.
So Damazino working here in this 2nd frame. He had a pretty quick first inning. Not so much here in the 2nd.
Long pause. Now comes home.
And it's a strike. 3-2.
Andrew doesn't agree, but it fills it up to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will be going no matter what.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and runners on 1st and 2nd. So Moreno
Back up. Infield playing deep.
and Holm will be on the move with the pitch. 3-2 misses. Ball 4.
Outside for ball
2nd walk of the inning for Damazonio.
Francisco Seagulls. That's the 3rd walk of this game from Damazonio. Fills up the bases for Jake Brewer.
Bases now loaded for Jacob Brewer.
Himself back in the first.
Brewer walked in his first plate appearance.
Josh Jansen struck out back-to-back times looking for Damazonio.
Brewer 3 for 10 in 3 games coming into this one, this being his 4th game. He's got 3 RBIs and a couple of stolen bases,
Bases loaded and
playing first base today.
misses to Brewer for ball 1. Brewer this past season at Kenyatta College at 377 average, 535 on base and 566 slugging. 7 doubles and 1 home run.
The 1-0 misses. 2-0. So this was a little bit of an issue that the Blues pitching staff had yesterday, was getting ahead early in counts and staying ahead. A lot of 3-ball counts for the Blues pitching yesterday. And Damazonio kind of in a similar situation here. It's 3-0. He's already walked 2 batters this inning. The bases are loaded. He's got nowhere to put Brewer. So Damazonio in danger of walking in a run here.
Right-handed hitting first baseman.
Here's the 3-0. And he gets it over strike 1.
Clips the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike to Brewer. Damazonio might have gotten a call there.
Brewer taking all the way.
Rung up as a strike so far early in this afternoon. Hitter's cap to Brewer.
Single, an error, and a couple of walks.
3-1.
3-1.
Fastball that nudges the outside edge as well.
Hits the same spot on that outside corner with the fastball. And we're full.
3 fastballs put to the outside half of the zone.
Back-to-back 3-2 counts. 3rd of the frame for Damazonio.
Hitters going no matter what.
And
3-2
Moreno at 3rd will probably be a little hesitant.
for the Seagulls.
But runners at 1st and 2nd will be on the move. And Brewer taking all the way. Strike 3. Well, not necessarily taking all the way, but wasn't able to get the bat off his shoulders right there. Damazonio finds the same spot 3 straight pitches in a row, clipping that outside corner. And so the Seagulls get one across thanks to the throwing error by the Blues shortstop. It's 1-0 Seagulls as we head to the home half of the second. Bottom half of the second, Casey Borba set to lead it off for the Blues. Garrett Plata, 1, 2, 3 inning, faced the minimum due to the caught stealing by his battery mate, Shane Stanley, gunning out Ardois at second base. And then the next pitch, he had Dylan Getz looking for strike 3. Ground ball to second base. Ethan Rohn fields it cleanly. Throw to first in time. One is out here in the bottom of the second. One gone, and that'll bring up the left fielder, number 18, Max Lane. Max Lane from Newport Beach, California, went to Corona Del Mar High School and is a junior at Harvard. In his 2 seasons at Harvard, he hit .272 with 4 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, and had 18 RBIs in 32 games. His father, Danny Lane, played in the minors for, get this, the Montreal Expos. Obviously not a franchise anymore, but a fun team. Probably would have won in a strike-shortened MLB season. Instead, they gave the division title to the Atlanta Braves, helping their streak in the 90s of NL East titles. Ground ball to first base. Brewer fields it cleanly, and he'll take it himself for the second out. So 2 down here quickly for Plata, working efficiently, throwing strikes, and that's all that's being asked for him here in this one. Here's the 6-hitter catching the Columbia University catcher, Owen Estabrook. Estabrook takes the first pitch for a ball. Estabrook from Santa Barbara went to San Marcos High School as he swings through that one, 1-1. The sophomore now at Columbia, just finished his freshman year this spring. He hit .296 his senior year at San Marcos with 6 doubles and 3 homers. He was all league as a junior and a senior, as he's down to count 1 and 2. And as a freshman, played 25 games, hit .259, 6 doubles, 2 homers, and 15 RBIs. Off-speed pitch from Plata, misses. Must have just missed outside of the zone. The 2-2, he's rung up.
Ball down the middle for strike three.
Second punch out of the ballgame for Plata, both looking to end both frames. We go to the top of the third. Cameron Anderson here in San Luis Obispo, California. We'll be back on the other side. Top half of the third, Ethan Rohn set to lead it off for the Seagulls. Rohn struck out looking in his first at bat back in the first.
One run that San Francisco got at the top of last inning.
Rohn swinging one of the best bats
4-5 for
in the lineup for the Seagulls.
holds up for
He is one of two players to have hit a home run so far this summer, him and Josh Hansen. Both of these teams, just 2 home runs on the season. Not a crazy amount of power now, albeit it is a wood bat league, so not going to see as many home runs as you would with metal bats. 2-0 on Roan, and it's now 3-0. So Damazonio clearly having some command issues early into this one. He's got 3 walks in 2 innings. 3-0, misses, and it's a 4-pitch walk. The Seagulls have a runner on first. So Roan walks, and in steps the designated hitter today, number 8, Josh Hansen. Hansen struck out looking in his first at-bat. Comes into this one third in batting average, hitting .286. 2 doubles, a triple, a homer. Leads the team in RBIs with 9. Second on the team in walks with 10. This one fouled back.
76 at-bats last year at IMG. 382 average. 3 triples.
Hansen, 7 runs. Second best on the team, and his 35 at-bats, now 36. Second most on the team as well. So him and Logan Hart, who's actually not in the lineup today, have been getting a lot of ABs this summer. In fact, this is the first game Hart has not played in. Same with Nav. Both of them have played in all 11 games. This is the 12th game of the season for the Blues. Sitting at 5-6. Like I said, they were 4-2 after a comeback victory in Sonoma on Friday, last Friday. And then they lost 4 straight this week before finally getting back into the win column yesterday. And it definitely helps when you have Dwyer Lewis on the mound, early candidate for Pitcher of the Year here in the CCL. Hansen fouls this one back, and the count is full.
Fills it up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Seagulls once again fouling off pitches as they were doing so yesterday. Their starting pitcher Cody Albright staying alive in his APs, getting to 3-2 counts against Amazonia, making them throw a lot of pitches.
Hansen, in his junior and senior year at IMG, hit .433 and .382. Played in 39 games those 2 years. He takes a look at ball 4. So 11th walk of the summer for Hansen. And it is back-to-back walks. Already 5 walks for Damazonio.
2 free base runners for San Francisco, and Tinsley steps up to the plate.
Looks like a
1 out, 2 runners on.
bullpen might
Last time he was up,
be getting up here
only
in the 3rd.
day for the Seagulls as we enter the 3rd frame.
Here's Andrew Tinsley. He singled the lone hit of the ball game. He stole second, then came around to score.
He holds it up, throws it up and away.
Our only run so far.
There, the referee was a few feet away. 1 ball and no strike to Andrew Tinsley.
1-0 on Tinsley.
Committed
Tinsley of
Murray State College.
Frisco, Texas. Another Murray State JC player. He's
74 at that.
headed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi for his junior season.
Zonio having some difficulties finding the zone. 2 balls and no strikes to Tinsley. Runners on first and second who have reached on walks. 5 walks on the day so far for Damazonio. That ties his whole season.
10 balls and 2 strikes thrown so far this inning. This is a grounder up the middle, out of the reach of Ardois, and a run's going to score. Actually, Lewis, throw home, and yes, Ethan Rohn will come in to score. Estabrook unable to catch it cleanly off of the bounce, and Hansen heads up as he rounded second correctly and aggressively, able to take the next bag. Now runners at first and third.
For the left fielder from Murray State College, Bulls have the lead here in the 3rd inning. Second hit of the day for San Francisco.
So Tinsley,
Very safe bat.
2 singles in as many at-bats. Now runners at first and third, nobody out. Seagulls up 2-0, and in steps Logan Stelling.
Last time he was up.
Here's a ground ball, and this is going to get through. Back-to-back singles. It's 3-0 San Francisco.
Goals, it's now 3-0 San Francisco. First pitch swing on a fastball that was just tunneled down the middle of the plate. Stelling just pounded
So the Seagulls add on here in the 3rd. 2 runs come across, and there's still nobody out.
still no one out here.
And
Walks and now back-to-back pitches.
no arm currently getting loose for the Blues. This is Damazonio's fight out there. First and second, nobody out. Couple of walks and back-to-back singles.
First pitch is in there for a strike.
First pitch to Moreno is a strike. He squared around, showed bunt, but pulled back. He drove in Tinsley, albeit it was a ground ball to short, in which Ardois errantly threw the ball up the line. It was an E6. This is a bunt, and can he get it down? Oh, it might be a beauty. Oh, my goodness. It is a bunt single, and one of the best bunt singles you will see.
Shot down the third base line.
And Matt Moreno makes it 3 straight hits for the Seagulls.
Pitch has stayed in fair territory the whole time. One of the most beautiful bunts I've ever seen.
What a
Bases are now
bunt. You don't hear that very often nowadays, what a bunt. But, you know, that's the art of the bunt. Sometimes when you lay it perfectly down the line, it looks beautiful. Swing and a miss from Kai Holm. Nobody out still here in the top of the 3rd. 2 runs across. Bases are loaded for the Seagulls shortstop.
Tries to work out of this jam.
Home walked in his last plate appearance.
Corners in.
And it's up the middle. Ardois unable to make it the play. 2 runs will come across.
Around to score. Being waved around is Stelling. He'll come in with ease.
So runners at second and third come around to score. 4 runs in the frame, and it's 5-0 Seagulls. Still nobody out.
Just a real nice swing. Keeping it simple was Kai Holm after a 1-for-3 night last night. 2 runs back.
So the
Third of the series.
sort of carousel continues here as the Seagulls just piling on, and surprisingly no mound visit, no move, and Damazonio's, the sky is kind of caving in on him right now as he is unable to record an out. Squirts away from Estabrook, excuse me, throw to third, not in time. Moreno able to take third.
Moreno saw the daylight as the ball squeaked away from Estabrook. Now there's runners at the corners.
6 straight base runners, 4 runs,
Shane Stanley
and
flares this one over the Blues bullpen. Ball and 1 strike.
Stanley fouls that one out of play. It's 1-1. Again, a little surprised there's been no timeout, no breakup in play for the Blues, as all of the momentum is in the Seagulls' hands right now. Here's another ground ball, and Ardois can't field it cleanly. One more run comes across. It's 6-0 Seagulls.
That's Sam's second error of the day. Another run comes in to score for San Francisco. And Dean Trainer heads back out there to talk to his right-hander.
Well, now Coach Dean Trainer will come out to the mound. The Chinese national baseball team coach, Dean Trainer. Dean started his coaching career in 1984 with Cuesta and the SLO Blues. And like I said, managed the 2023 Chinese Taipei WBC team. And he's going to rock with the right-hander, leaving his starter out there. Still yet to record an out here in the 3rd inning. Back to the top of the order, Landry, his 3rd plate appearance in as many innings. 0 for 1 and walked in his last at-bat. Runners on first and second. Corners are in. Landry shows bunt, pops it straight back, heads up.
Tinsley started his barrel in the middle of the zone. You got to go top to bottom. The inverse if they're trying to field a ground ball.
So 0-1 on Landry. Corners still in on the grass, assuming he's going to try another sac bunt here. He will. Pulls back as the fastball is too high. 1-1.
4-hit inning, 5-run inning for San Francisco. It all started with back-to-back walks for Ethan Rowe and Josh Hansen. Antonio comes home and Tinsley shows bunt again. He's taking for a strike. One ball and 2 strikes to the Alabama State bench.
1-2 now on Landry.
Antonio comes set, takes a look at second base, now kicks it
The 1-2 misses, ball 2.
outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back-to-back games.
Sort of a nightmarish inning for Damazonio here. Back-to-back walks. And then 4 straight singles, including a bunt single. Landry, line drive to left, but it's right to Max Lane for the first out. So hardest contact of the inning, and funny enough, that's how the Blues pick up their first out. 1 gone here. And in steps Jacob Brewer. Brewer 0 for 1 today with the walk. He struck out in his last at-bat.
Stepping up for the third time today, he has walked. Runners on first and second against John.
Still runners on first and second. Third base playing in on the cut of the grass. Middle infield up the middle.
Brewer with 3 RBIs heading to this game.
0-1 on Brewer.
Continue the rally.
Seagulls piling on here in the third frame.
0-1 count.
He takes strike 2.
No balls and 2 strikes to Brewer. Put out last inning. It was quick work for Plata in the second. Blues have just had 2
0-2 on Brewer. 5 hits in 3 innings, and 6 runs have come across for the Seagulls. The 0-2, and Brewer's down looking in back-to-back innings. So the man who led off this inning, number 26, Ethan Roan, batting third today, will have his third plate appearance in as many innings. He led off with the walk, came around to score. First pitch, high, ball 1. Well, we'll see if that mound visit from Coach Trainer was a good one. I mean, already 2 recorded outs back-to-back as the Blues trying to get out of this long third frame as the Seagulls have now batted around. The 2-0 to Roan. In there, strike 1.
The two-way player committed to East Central University in Choctaw, Oklahoma. 55 hits last season, 12 doubles, 6 home runs, 1 triple.
2-1, high. Now 3-1. So Roan, who leads the team in walks with 15 now, might add to that total. The Central University, soon-to-be Central University player. Swing and a miss at the 3-1. It's 3-2. Roan this spring had a 6-game multi-hit streak in 2 3-game series against Redlands and Western Oklahoma State. He also had a 7 RBI game this spring about 3 months ago. Roan fouled back the 3-2, so we'll try the 3-2 once again.
Being very disciplined, taking a look at balls and swinging at strikes and fouling them off.
3-2, 2 outs, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Damazonio. And the strikeouts were working for him, his 7th punch-out, but he gives up 6 runs in 3 innings on 5 hits and 5 walks. We head to the home half of the third. Seagulls 6-0. home half of the third here at Sinsheimer Park in San Luis Obispo. 84 degrees here in SLO. 6-0 Seagulls as the Gulls put up a 5 spot in the top of the third. And on this side of the ball, Garrett Plata has been lights out. The 0-1 misses 1-1 to the designated hitter, Brendan Comerford.
First time against the Seagulls last night. Designated hitter, batting 7th. 1-1 misses low and away.
The 1-1 to Comerford, outside and low, 2-1. Comerford from Pleasanton, California, went to Foothills High School and is a sophomore at Ohlone College. As he takes a hack but misses on the high fastball, it's 2-2. This spring at Ohlone, he hit .335 in 41 games, 12 doubles, and 12 homers. A lot of pop this spring. And in his 3 years on varsity at Foothill High School, he hit .371 with 16 doubles and 5 triples. The 3-2 from Plata. Down the right field line, but out of play towards the bullpen, but it hits the light pole and comes caroms back into the field of play, but Brewer, the first baseman, tosses it aside. Try the 3-2 once again. Nobody out, and a breaking ball misses. Looked like that one was going to come back over the plate, but not the case. It's a leadoff walk for Comerford, and in steps Jake Hicksonbaugh, the right fielder. Hicksonbaugh, Monterey Peninsula College. The first pitch is a breaking ball and didn't break enough as it's off of Hicksonbaugh's helmet, I believe. I believe that hit him in the helmet. So a leadoff walk followed by a hit by pitch. Now runners at first and second with nobody out. Not what the Seagulls are looking for after a 5 spot. In steps Braden Jeffress. Jeffress having a great start to the summer. Another off speed. Misses.
Elevated, swung on and missed for strike 1. Jeffries committed to the University of Michigan, graduating from Hart High School, Valencia, California native. Ranked 128th prospect in California.
This is the 7th game of the summer for Jeffries.
Southpaw comes home on the 1-1.
1-1 misses inside, ball 2. He comes into this one batting .476. Leading the team in RBIs with 7. He also has one of the 2 home runs for the Blues this summer. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. That one misses high. 3-1.
3 balls and 1 strike. After cruising through the first 2 innings, Garrett Plata having difficulty finding the strike zone. Perhaps excessive
Jeffress, incoming freshman to University of Michigan, the Wolverine. And the Wolverine takes ball 4 couple of walks, and a hit by pitch, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. So, if you're a fan of strike throwing and great defense, maybe not the one for you, as there's already a couple of errors. I mean, both from the Blues shortstop. We have seen great defense from the Blues so far. Tinsley sliding catch in the first, and Stanley throwing out, runner at second base. But, I mean, Plato is rolling through. Hadn't just surrendered one base runner, and that base runner was thrown out immediately in the first. So faced the minimum for his first 2 innings, but now in a little bit of a jam, bases loaded, nobody out. Back to the top of the order, it's Jariah Lewis. Lewis flew out into deep left field and foul territory, actually, when Tinsley came in, made that sliding catch. He fouls this one back. It's 0-2 on Lewis. Lewis, the redshirt senior at San Jose State. The 0-2 from Plata, and it's into the gap. This is going to score at least one. Another's coming around to score, and it is 6-2 as the Blues get 2 runs across on the single from Jariah Lewis.
That's Lewis's 8th hit of the summer and his 4th RBI. Comes through, cut this lead to 4 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
So Comerford and Hicksonbaugh come in to score. Jeffress moves it up to 3rd on the base hit into right center field, just over the head of Ethan Roan. And in steps Sam Ardois, trying to redeem himself a little bit. A couple of errors and was caught stealing today. First pitch from Plata in there, strike 1. Lewis at first, he's on the move. Ground ball, and it's through. It's going to be another run. And Lewis, who is on the move, is going to advance all the way up to 3rd. So I don't know if it was a designed hit and run or not, but either way, it worked to perfection as Lewis replaces Jeffress at 3rd. And it's still runners at 1st and 3rd and nobody out. Coach Dom is going to come out to the mound. So 3 runs across here in the bottom of the 3rd. After the Seagulls put up 5 in the top half, it's now 6-3. Still nobody out. Awfully similar to the Seagulls' top half of the inning, in which the Avalanche just kind of kept on rolling for Damazonio. Plata in a similar situation. Coach Dom comes out to sort of calm the storm as early as he can. We'll see if Plata taking a little breather, gathering himself, if he's able to get this hitter right here. Again, if you're the Seagulls, you would trade 2 outs for a run. Double play opportunity at 2nd and 1st. Here's a ground ball. Ethan Roan fields it cleanly. Throw to 2nd for 1. Back to 1st, and the throw is high and off the bag. So Getz is in safely. So Roan flips it to 2nd in time. Holm, that throw was accurate. Definitely had him at 1st for a double play. Instead, they get the out at 2nd, first out of the inning, and 1 run comes across as Lewis makes it 6-4. So 1 out, runner on 1st, 4 runs across here, and in steps the 3rd baseman, Casey Borba. Borba grounded out to 2nd. in his lone at bat today.
Taking all the way, 1-1 strike.
1-1 on Plata, or excuse me, on Borba.
Continues to impress me, taking his repetitions at the hot corner in the pregame warm-ups. Acrobatic grabs and making some slow rollers look easy.
Borba from Santa Ana, California, went to Orange Lutheran High School, and another sophomore at Texas. Him and Ardua, both at Texas. He competed for USA Baseball most recently with the 2022 U18 national team. This ball's driven into deep left center field. Landry on his horse. He's unable to haul it in. This one will one hop off the wall. Runner's rounding third, and he's going to score safely. It's 6-5. RBI double for Casey Borba, and the Blues have put up a 5 spot. Both teams with 5 runs so far here in the third. So Coach Dom will go to the pen, as that'll be it for Plata. 2 1/3, and the started just unravel here in the third inning. We'll take a break and be back on the other side with the new arm. Seagulls go to the pen, and they go to the right-hander, Owen Gallegos. Gallegos, the 6-foot right-hander from Newark, went to Newark High School, CCSF, and then just completed his junior year at Cal State East Bay with Dwyer Lewis, both of them at Cal State East Bay. Gallegos was a 3-sport athlete in high school, playing baseball, water polo, and wrestling. In 2021, as a senior, he was named Varsity Baseball MVP, Athlete of the Year, and won the White Sweater Award. In his 2 seasons at CCSF, as this first pitch is hammered down the line, but foul. Max Lane just out in front, and it's a long strike, 0-1. Gallegos, in his 2 years at CCSF, made 27 starts, going 9-11, 4.72 ERA, and had 139 punch-outs in 158 1/3 innings. This spring at Cal State East Bay, made 5 appearances. Here's a fly ball to left field. Tinsley will make the catch. Runner will head back to second, not tagging, and there's 2 gone. So a couple of hard contact line drives to the left side from Max Lane, but one was foul and one was just hit right to Tinsley in left field. Borba on second base. Seagulls with just a one-run advantage now after the Blues have put up 5 runs here in the bottom of the third. 10 runs have come across this inning. Here's Estabrook. 1-0 on him. Doing the catching duties today. 2-0. The 2-0. Ground ball. Kai Holm to his left. Fields it cleanly. Quick throw to first. It's high. And that's going to score a run. And we're tied 6-6. So Kai Holm didn't really get on his back foot and plant before throwing. Kind of threw it off of his back foot instead of sort of gathering himself and making a strong throw. Airmailed Jake Brewer at first base. And that's going to go down as a throwing error on Kai Holm, the shortstop. So both shortstops for the Blues. Some errant throws here. First pitch, swing and a miss to Comerford. Comerford walked in his one plate appearance today as Gallegos misses 1-1. Comerford led off the third inning. He led off this inning with a walk. Came around to score. Ground ball, pulls it foul. 1-2. The 1-2 up and in, and he gets out of the way. Ball 2. Runner on first. 2 gone, and a 2-2 count, and it drills him. So the wheels coming off here for the Seagulls. Very similar to what just happened, or what they just did to the Blues in the top half of the inning. Just 3 hits for the Blues, but they've got 6 runs across, all in this inning. And they still have runners on first and second with 2 outs. Fastball fouled back. Hicksonbaugh at the dish. He was hit by a pitch. 0-1. 2 outs, runners on first and second, and Gallegos having some command issues. 1-1.
Upcoming
1-1, spikes it in the dirt. Stanley able to keep it in front. Both runners stay put. Two and one on Hicksonbaugh. Gallegos fires, gets the corner, strike 2. 2-2 on Hicksonbaugh.
For San Francisco.
Hicksonbaugh comes into this one 1 for 7 in 2 games.
Estabrook is home, trying to get him to go back. 2 looks over from Gallegos. Now he comes home.
Off speed, it looks like. Misses. 3-2. Long third frame here. Over a half hour. Here's a high fly ball, but Stelling will come in and make the catch for the third out. Not before the Blues push 6 across and tie it here in the bottom of the third. We head to the top of the fourth, all tied 6 apiece here in San Luis Obispo. Top half of the fourth, 6-6. If you're a fan of offense, well, I got a game for you, and you're watching it right now. Josh Hansen set to lead it off against the new arm for the Blues. It's Marco Cipolla, 6'4" right-hander from Independence, Minnesota. Went to Arona Senior High School and is a junior at the University of Colorado Springs. In his 2 seasons at UCCS, he's made 21 starts, 107 innings pitched, 92 punch-outs, and an 8.50 ERA. Hansen walked and has struck out so far in this one. He came around to score in that very long inning. This is a high pop-up into foul territory. Third baseman ranges over and makes the catch for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out as Borba reels that one in foul territory.
90 to 92 on the fastball. He'll top out at 94. 18 to 20 inches of variable break. A lot of drops on the fastball as well. So he's going to want to start that in the middle of the zone. He also has a splitter, 81 to 82.
1 out here in the fourth, and here's Andrew Tinsley, 2 for 2 today, and has come across the score both times. Here's a high chopper. He's 3 for 3. Andrew Tinsley, 3 singles in as many at-bats. Have a day. And you don't see a chopper like that bounces so high over the third baseman's head. Even the shortstop ranging into short left field wasn't able to reel it in. Yeah, so in steps Logan Stelling after Tinsley singles. He's already got a stolen base today. He could be on the move again at some point here. Stelling, big cut, swings through the fastball, 0-1. Stelling 1 for 2. He singled. The Seagulls had 4 straight singles last inning. That one runs inside, and he's hit again, 4th hit by pitch of the summer, leads the team in that department.
Here in this ball game, it's the third of this game for either side. Stelling is awarded first base. Andrew Tinsley moves up to second.
Now runners on first and second with 1 out after the chopper over the third baseman's head into short left field by Tinsley for a single. And then a hit by pitch on Stelling. Here's Matt Moreno. He was sort of the offensive hero yesterday. Had that big double where the bases loaded and 1 out after they intentionally walked Logan Hart. And that really helped pull the Seagulls across, and those 4 runs that they scored in the 7th inning were crucial as they ended up winning by 3.
Back knocks for the Seagulls in the third. Actually came around to score 5 spot.
0-1
Slider missing upstairs,
misses,
one ball.
1-1. This is Sipla's 4th appearance this summer. He comes in with 7 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 7 punch outs. He's 1-1 and also has a save. And here's a ground ball to the right side. It's going to get through for a base hit. Tinsley's being waved. Throw is up the line and over the head of the catcher, Estabrook. Both runners will move up 90 feet. Seagulls jump out back ahead. It's 7-6. So a single and a throwing error. And now runners on second and third with 1 out and 1 run across for Kai Holm. So Moreno stays hot. Him and Tinsley have been so good lately. Now still runners on second and third.
The Seagulls are ready for every pitch.
Yeah, their bats have looked really good today, and even yesterday for that matter.
Holmes swings through the high fastball, 0-1.
Kai Holm, the 8th batter, playing shortstop for St.
Holm 1 for 1 today,
Single in the third,
single and a walk.
walk in the second, who stranded at first base there. 0-1 from Sicola.
0-1, and Holm takes a look at strike 2.
Strikes to Kai Holm.
That error from
Corners are in.
seemed like all that big of a deal, but
Middle infield playing back. Corners still in, even though there's 2 strikes, so he's clearly not going to bunt, but they're staying in case they can go home on a ground ball to them. Popped up and out of play. Well, something about Kai Holm, he's definitely not going to go down without a fight. We've seen him countless times working at bats. He already had a 3-2 at bat in his first plate appearance, in which he walked, as he fouls that one back. It's just been the theme of this offense, and although they have 7 hits today through 3 1/3, that is very high for the Seagulls. They came into this one batting .220 as a team. A lot of the runs that they've produced have just been off of grindy at-bats, working the count and drawing walks or being hit by the pitch. And 1-2 on Holm.
Holds up. Ball and 2 strikes to the shortstop.
really good pitch though. Just started it on the outer part of the plate, got home to trigger at it, and did a good job to take that.
Holm came in today batting .258 in 10 games, 6 runs and 6 RBIs. The 1-2, ground ball to short. Ardua, throw to first. Out number 2, but the Seagulls trade in a run for an out. It's 8-6 Seagulls, and now 2 gone with a runner on third for Shane Stanley.
Tough play for our goal to try and get anyone out other than the runner going to first.
They had the read over there looking at the runner and Stelling.
So 6-3 put out, and Ardua maybe getting over the hump defensively. It's tricky as an infielder when you make a few errant throws, can start getting in your head, losing confidence. But that time, he took his time and confidently threw it to first. Stanley, and this is going to get down. It's an RBI single.
Single for Shane Stanley.
3 runs come across here in the 4th, and 9 runs in the last 3 innings for the Seagulls. 1 in the second, 5 in the third, and 3 here in the fourth. Stanley's second hit of the summer for him. Good to see Stanley on base there. He reached earlier on the throwing error. So back to the top of the order. Isaiah Landry, 4th plate appearance. Couple of flyouts today and a walk. He's 0 for 2. Stanley jumping over there at first base. This one popped back just over the press box here. Landry, the sophomore at Alabama State. Estabrook, helmet, mask is off. He's trying to gather himself, take a little breather. Sort of wringing out that hand. Now this is glove hand, which, as I'm sure a lot of you know at home, the glove hand is very important for the catcher. In the catching position, he does have to catch the ball quite a lot. It's 1-1 on Landry. Stanley jumping around at first base. The 1-1, high, ball 2.
It's been a very different Blues pitching staff these last couple of games, not being able to find the strike zone and giving up a lot.
Well, at this pace, the Seagulls are going to have a lot of at-bats this game, as Landry is already picking up his 4th plate appearance, and it's just the 4th inning. We're almost an hour and a half into the ball game here in the top of the 4th. 9-6, Seagulls out in front. 8 hits for the Seagulls, 3 hits for the Blues, but what's killed them is they have 3 errors as well. So they have as many errors as hits through the top of the 4th. Here's the 2-2. Misses, ball 3. So Stanley will be on the move. First baseman playing behind the bag. And it is a line drive deep to left field. Left fielder Lane going back. He'll make the catch on the track for the 3rd out. But not before the Seagulls put 3 across here in the top of the 4th. 9-6 San Francisco as we head to the home half of the 4th. Bottom half of the fourth here in San Luis Obispo, and this game has provided plenty of offense. It's 9-6. 15 runs have come across just through not even 4 innings. And Gallegos still on the mound.
3 hits in that inning. Hit by pitch, error from Jake Hickson out in right field. A throwing error that was way up the line from Owen Estabrook, the catcher.
There's nothing Estabrook could have done to try to keep that ball in front of him.
Here's the Blues' second baseman leading it off, and 2-0.
Now on a 2-0 count to Owen Gallegos, who came in to replace Plata back in the third inning, where the Blues threw up 6 runs and tied the game in San Francisco.
Jeffries came around to score the
Braden Jeffries, the 9-hole hitter for the Blues.
Jeffries has
third run of the ball game for the Blues.
not that many plate appearances, but he's batting
3 straight balls to him. It's 3-0.
7-10 slug.
And that one misses.
Straight balls.
4-pitch walk.
Michigan Wolverine, the leadoff base runner for the Blues. In business right away as
So Gallegos walks the 9-hitter to lead off the fourth. Never a good thing, not only to walk the leadoff hitter, but also walking the 9-hitter. Although Jeffries comes in with one of the 2 home runs for his team, leading the team in RBIs and hitting over 450. So he may be batting 9th today, but he is definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup. He walks, and now the top of the order, Jariah Lewis digs in, squares around a bunt, but pulls it back. Ball was high. Ball 1. He's 1 for 2 today. Single came across to score.
deck, it's Sam Ardwa on the hole, it's Dylan Getz. Owen Gallegos.
So 2-0 to Lewis, and Stanley will call time and go out and talk to his right-hander.
About an hour and 40 minutes since first pitch. Something the Blues haven't seen a lot this summer has been the pitching struggle. In fact, they've ranked pretty high in the CCL in that whole staff.
Yeah, they are actually coming into this game first in CCL and ERA. And first in run average, which is the amount of runs they give up per innings.
Both Gallegos and Stanley were at CCSF. So this battery familiar with each other.
Their pitching staff last couple of days.
Stanley goes out, tries to calm him down, but the first pitch after the mound visit is a ball. 7 pitches, 7 balls, in danger of back-to-back walks on 8 pitches. Catches the corner. Strike 1. 3-1 on Lewis.
And what's probably helping that ERA be so low is that the Blues are second in the league in walks given up per 9 innings.
Gallegos looking for a ground ball here. More importantly, looking for a strike, but he can't find it right there. Back-to-back walks to lead off the bottom of the fourth, and Coach Dom is going to come out. He doesn't want the infield part of the visit. So similar to the bottom of the third, in which the Seagulls put up a 5 spot immediately on defense or pitching, whatever you want to call it. It was a leadoff walk, a hit by pitch, and that was the beginning of the merry-go-round as the wheels fell off for the Seagulls, allowing 6 runs in the home half of the third. Well, the Seagulls just put up a 3 spot in the top of the fourth, and similarly, coming to the bottom of the fourth in the home half, back-to-back walks, nobody out, runners on first and second, and in steps Sam Ardwa. He singled in his last at-bat and then was thrown out at second at fielder's choice. Ethan Rohn to Max Holm to get the force out, in which Holm wasn't able to get the back end as the throw to first for the double play was just high.
Has some pressure. Ardwa shows bunt and pulls back.
First pitch to Ardua, and that one, he was squaring around but pulled back in time. It was inside. It's 1-0.
Will now attend college just an hour away from home after spending his freshman season in Austin with the
The
Longhorns.
1-0 misses. 2-0.
Ball downstairs to Sam Ardua, 2 balls and no strike. As a hitter, I feel like this is a very underrated count. People like to talk about hitting in
11 pitches,
Me personally,
10 balls, and 1 strike so far for Gallegos. Really struggling, trying to find the zone. Now, 11 balls.
Probably fastball in because he did trigger on that pitch. And
We'll see what kind of the length of the leash that Coach Dom has on his relief pitcher here. In danger of 3 straight walks. Instead, he gets one over, 3-1.
3 balls and 1 strike.
like you mentioned, our law just trying to erase those errors and caught stealing from his mind right here. Already has an RBI single on the day. Would love another one.
3-1, and it hits Ardua.
He grimaces and he holds
And now the bases are loaded, and Coach Dom's seen enough.
bases are loaded after 2 walks.
He's going to go to the pen, and it's going to be the left-hander, Jackson Moore, coming into the ball game.
Owen Gallegos' day is done after
Well, while we have a little bit of time here, since this is the last time the Seagulls will see the Blues this summer, this 2-game weekend series, let's take a look at another Blues in the pros. Yesterday, we highlighted Matt Garza, the 2008 ALCS MVP for the Tampa Bay Rays. Had a really solid 12-year career, over 1,300 strikeouts for him. Well, an ex-Blue left-handed pitcher, Brian Fuentes, was drafted by the Mariners in the 25th round of the 1995 MLB Draft. Made his debut with the Mariners in 2001, beginning his 12-year MLB career. Fuentes most notably closed for the Colorado Rockies and the Los Angeles Angels, in which he was a 4-time All-Star closer, and he led the league in saves with the Angels in 2009. He had a career 3.62 ERA and over 200 career saves for Brian Fuentes, the ex-SLO Blue. So a couple of throwbacks with Garza and Fuentes. The Blues have had more recent names that have made it to the minors or pros, but both of those guys had solid careers in the big leagues. Here's the left-hander, Jackson Moore. Jackson from San Bruno, went to Cappuccino High School and is currently going into his senior year at Northwestern University in St. Paul. In his senior year at Cappuccino, he did not allow an earned run in 6 appearances. In his 17 innings pitched, he struck out 18 batters that senior year. And then Moore didn't make an appearance this spring at Northwestern University in St. Paul. But he's made a lot of appearances this summer, this being the 6th, as he now is out in front with the most appearances for the Seagulls. Coming out of the pen, he's got 7 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts. So he has a 7.71 ERA. Looking to lower that and comes into a tough spot. Bases loaded, nobody out, and he misses low. Ball 1.
Gallegos walked a man, walked another, and then hit Sam Ardua to fill it up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Good opportunity here for Dylan.
Back-to-back walks and a hit by pitch, and here's a 3-hitter Dylan gets. He checks swings but goes around. Stanley unable to reel it in, but able to walk over and pick it up. 1-1. Gets reached on the fielder's choice, in which he hit that ground ball to second. Ardua force out at second, but then Holm wasn't able to get the back end with the throw. He came around to score the 5th run for the Blues. And that one up and in as Getz gets out of the way. 2-1. 2-1, and he drills him.
Hits Dylan gets. Back-to-back
So
pitches after back-to-back walks.
if you're a fan of pitching, might want to avert your eyes, as it is now 9-7, and the Blues have 3 hits and 3 errors, and somehow they're only down by 2 runs when the Seagulls have put up a 9 spot with their 8 hits. And this is definitely going to test both teams' bullpens. It's a test of attrition at this point, as both of these teams are in the back end of a long stretch of baseball, using a lot of their arms.
First pitch strike. Bases loaded now, trailing by 2 to San Francisco.
0-1 on Casey Borba.
To bring around Dylan gets. It was smoked too.
Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1.
1 ball and 1 strike to the Texas Longhorn.
Borba hit that RBI double.
From Santa Ana, California, graduated from Orange Lutheran High School, where his father, Eric Borba, is the head coach.
Takes a look at ball 2.
The state up in Northern California. Borba also competed for USA Baseball. Most recently, he was invited to the U18 national team training camp in 2022.
2 balls and 1 strike, and Moore misses way out and up. It's 3-1. So he comes into the game, hits the first batter, and now 3-1 on the cleanup hitter, Casey Borba. Bases are still loaded. Nobody out
Also looking swaggy.
here in the 4th.
Here's 3-1 with the bases loaded.
3-1. Catches the corner. Strike 2. Borba was ready to flip the bat and take his jog down to first. Instead, he's going to have to compete here in a 3-2 count. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Jackson Moore in a jam. Does he catch the corner? No, just misses. Ball 4.
Have not taken their bat off the shoulders this end. And they score 2 runs.
So, frustrating half for the Seagulls, as they, being the Blues, have not even put the ball in play yet. Until Max Lane skies one into left center field. Isaiah Landry makes the catch. Runner tags, and he'll come in to score. We're tied 9 apiece. Runners at first and second stay put. And it is a 0-0 ball game. Instead, now the Blues still have runners on first and second, though. So that was the first ball put in play, and of course, it was the first out of the inning, as we had 2 straight walks, 2 straight hit by pitches, and then another walk, and then a sac fly. 1 out, runners on first and second. Here's Owen Estabrook as he gets by Stanley, and both runners move up 90 feet, and that is crucial as they just eliminate the force out at every base but home. What was a potential double play opportunity. Now, both runners in scoring position with just 1 out. Corners are in, Brewer and Moreno on the cut of the grass. Middle infield playing back. 1-0 to Estabrook, and it is a high fly ball. Could be trouble. Tinsley coming in, and he will not be able to haul it in. 1-1.
Tinsley overran that pop fly from Owen Estabrook, and the Lion gets another life.
So it would have been interesting if Ardua, the shortstop, would have tagged up. Tinsley, a good arm out there, just overran that pop-up, and it was a skying pop-up into left field in foul territory, as the shortstop, third baseman, and left field all came in trying to track that one down. Instead, 1-1,
Estabrook on the 1-1.
and now 2-1.
One strike.
One gone here in the bottom of the fourth. 3 runs have come across.
Sophomore season out in New York.
2-1 over 2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Caught the outside part of the plate. That one's been called a strike all day by the home plate umpire.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and here's a ground ball to first. Brewer coming home, and now the runners are caught up at third base as Stanley flips it, gets the out there, and they'll get the outs on Ardua as it was a hard-hit ground ball to first, and for some reason he broke home. And that is the second out of the ball game, still tied, or second out of the inning, not of the ball game, but still tied 9 apiece. Runners on first and third. And in steps the designated hitter, Brendan Comerford.
Now at third, Owen Estabrook at first. Brewer got out Dylan Getz in a rundown. Comerford swings at the first pitch.
First pitch is popped up and will be out of play. Strike 1. Excuse me, that was Dylan Getz who was caught in the rundown. Ardua had already scored.
The team leader in doubles.
So that is a 3-2 put out on Dylan Getz.
Tonight's starting lineup.
Borba at third. Estabrook at first. And here is a fly ball to left center field. Landry, it'll be Tinsley calling off Landry in deep left center field for the third out. Well, that is 17 runs in the last 2 innings. It's 9-9. We go to the top of the 5th here in SLO. Top half of the 5th, Jacob Brewer leading it off. All tied, 9 apiece. And what's been a long couple of innings, almost 4 o'clock here, nearly 2 hours into the game as we start the top of the 5th. If you're just now joining, well, you've missed a lot. Seagulls opened up the game with a run in the second, then put 5 across in the third. The Seagulls put up 6 of their own to tie it 6-6. Then in the top of the 4th, the Seagulls add 3 more. And then, yep, You guessed it. The Blues, in the bottom of the fourth, put up 3 of their own. Now it's 9-9 and 2-2 on Jacob Brewer.
Fun year last season with the Colts that came out of college, a 377 average, 53 at bat, 7 doubles.
The 2-2 in the dirt.
Skipping on top of the plate,
Sipola
2 strikes from Marco Sipola.
pushes it to 3-2 now.
Blues are just coming off an inning where they scored 3 runs on no hits and no errors. Love the free runs. Payoff pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Strike 3.
Brewer goes down swinging for the first out of the fifth. So Brewer down swinging, and that'll bring up Ethan Roan.
Now it's Ethan Roan.
Roan's 0 for 2 today with a walk and came around to score back in the third.
That slider for strike 1. Looks at it all the way. Quickly getting back on the rubber from the windup.
Ethan Roan from Oklahoma. Him and closer Will Ellis,
Another off-speed pitch low and away.
born and raised in Oklahoma. In their junior college allegiance, in which Coach Dom coached there in Oklahoma at Murray State. It's what helped draw them to the Bay Area and the South Bay, specifically San Bruno, where the Seagulls play. It was because of new head coach, Coach Dom. Said it before, but this is the 21st year of Seagulls baseball, the first year that Mark Caviglia decided to step away, now solely the GM of the organization, hands the keys to Coach Dom, who is currently assistant coach at Allen Hancock JC. For those of you that don't know, Coach Dom played for the Seagulls for 3 seasons. So he's got the perspective of an ex-player, which a lot of players seem to really enjoy, and getting to talk to some of the guys, they really all rally behind Coach Dom, who is a player's coach to the fullest of its meaning. Here's the 3-2, swing and a miss, back-to-back punch-outs for Sipola. 2 are gone here in the top of the 5th. Well, unfortunately for the Seagulls, back-to-back strikeouts never good, but personally, as an ex-pitcher, kind of a breath of fresh air to see some good pitching right here after what has unraveled so far. Here's Josh Hansen. Takes a look at a strike inside, 0-1. Hansen 0 for 2 today with a walk. He came around to score in the third when the Seagulls put up a 5 spot.
Hands over his right shoulder. Looks at strike 2. Splitter from Sipola. That's the time he left.
Now down the count, 0-2. After Sipola drops that breaking ball in. Top of the zone. Hansen doesn't bite, but it lands. Strike 2. 0-2. Sipola looking to strike out the side. Instead, Hansen pops this one up, and the center fielder Lewis will come in and make the catch for the third out. 1-2-3 go the Seagulls. We head to the home half of the 5th, 9-9. Home half of the fifth here at Sinsheimer Stadium in sunny San Luis Obispo, as temperatures have now lowered to back here in San Luis Obispo. Cameron Anderson here on the call in sunny San Luis Obispo. A lot of runs have come across here. It's been eventful. If you're a fan of offense, well, the Seagulls go to the bullpen for the second time. It'll be the tall right-hander from San Bruno, also Cappuccino High School, Nick Balch. Balch went to Skyline College and also just completed his junior year at Cal State East Bay. So him, Lewis, and Gallegos, who was just pitching for the Seagulls, all Cal State East Bay. He was primarily a first baseman in high school, hitting .375 in his COVID short junior season and then .398 in his senior season. In his 2 seasons at Skyline, he posted a .208 ERA with a .109 whip and a .182 batting average against. He was part of the 2022 Coast Conference Championship team, and Nick was on the 2023 Springs Dean's list. Balch, just 4 appearances out of the pen this spring, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, and struck out 4 batters. 3-1 to the leadoff hitter this inning, and it's going to be a fly ball to Tinsley for the first out. Hickson ball retired. Here's the University of Michigan commit, Braden Jeffries. First pitch to him is outside. 2 walks and 2 runs in his 2 plate appearances so far. And he's off the end of the bat to third. Moreno, nice running play, got him in time for the second out. Matt Moreno flashing the leather and showing off the arm. And he's been showing off a little bit yesterday, although there were a couple plays that he didn't necessarily get outs on. He was diving around, stopping the ball left and right, and right there showing off the athleticism and showing why he started at third base in every game since he's arrived with the Seagulls. So quickly, 2 are gone, and back to the top of the order. It's the center fielder, Jariah Lewis. Lewis 1 for 2 today with a walk. He's come around to score twice. Takes a look at a high fastball, 1-1. The 1-1 from Balch. It's a ground ball right to the mound. Balch fields it cleanly, flip to first. And it's back-to-back 1-2-3 innings after this carousel of a ball game that we've witnessed. We head to the top of the 6th, still tied 9-9. Well, while we have some time, Andrew Tinsley set to lead it off here for the Seagulls. This morning I had a chance to catch up with him in a little one-on-one interview. Take a listen. Andrew Tinsley. Andrew, you were from Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
So how did you hear about the Seagulls all the way from Texas, and what brought you to play for the Seagulls this summer?
So I went to junior college in Oklahoma, and Coach Tom, our manager here, he used to coach there about a year ago, my first year there, and he hit me up in the spring and told me all about it, and I thought it was a great opportunity, and he's a great coach, so I said yeah and came on down.
What about Coach Dom really intrigued you to keep playing for him in the summer?
He's a great coach. He's a really good person too, which matters a lot, and he knows what he's talking about, so I really trust him.
What has your experience been like with the Seagulls so far? Did you have any expectations coming in to this summer?
I didn't really have any expectations, but it's been a great experience so far. We've been in some really cool stadiums and some cool places and good competition, so it's just been fun all around.
Lastly, if someone was thinking about joining the Seagulls, what would be your sales pitch to them? Why should they come play for the Seagulls?
With the Seagulls, you can tell every part of the coaching staff and everyone a part of the organization really cares about you and what you do and like who you are as a person, so it's a good environment to be around.
Sweet. Thanks for the time, Andrew.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you just heard from man Andrew Tinsley this morning in a one-on-one interview, and then picks up his fourth knock of the game. Have a day. Andrew Tinsley, 4 singles, and he's come across to score 3 times. So 4 for 4 day for Tinsley. And in steps Logan Stelling. Stelling was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. He's 1 for 2 today with a single, and he's come across the score 2 times. Popped straight back, down the count, 0-2. Marco Cipolla still on the mound for the Blues. Had a 1-2-3 fifth inning. No balls, 2 strikes. Tinsley jumping around at first, but he's going to stay put. This one hit into right field. The right fielder Hickson-Baugh makes the catch, and one is gone here in the top of the 6th. So with 1 out in the 6th, that'll bring up the Seagulls' third baseman, number 15, Matt Moreno. He's reached safely in all 3 plate appearances and has 2 runs today. Tinsley's on the move. He had a big jump. He's still looking back to home, but it doesn't matter. He's in there safely. His second stolen base of the ball game. Well, Tinsley read Cipolla like a book. He had a great jump and was looking back home halfway while striding safely into second base. Here's a high pop-up, and it's going to be just out of play, almost caught by a fan. One and one on Moreno. And Tinsley now on second base in scoring position. Seagulls trying to be the first to double digits today. and it's a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman coming in. Throw to first is not in time, and it gets by the first baseman, and the Seagulls up 10-9 as Tinsley comes across to score, and they are the first to reach double digits. Throwing error for the second baseman, Jeffries. Moreno makes it up all the way to second base. He advances 90 feet on top of being safe at first base.
Circle, and then you have catch play down the first base line, and that's where it has to start. It clearly hasn't been these past few games because these throwing errors have been problematic.
Yeah, they have been, and they're resulting in runs like we just saw there on the throwing error from Jeffries.
Line drive, Ardua, tricky hop. Throw to first is in time as he makes the strong throw. I believe he thinks that's the third out. It's not the third out. He was jogging in as if that was the end of the inning, but that's just the second out. So Kai Holm, one shortstop, grounds out to the other, and in steps Shane Stanley with a runner on third, that being Matt Moreno, and two gone. One across here. It's 10-9 Seagulls. Swing and a miss from Stanley, 0-1.
The way the temperatures have been, I don't know about that.
Luckily, most of them are basketball jerseys.
Okay.
So tank tops.
I could work then.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it. I'll keep it a secret, even if I do.
Secret. You're so secret. You didn't reveal your.
So single and an error from Moreno. That's how he made it up to second base. And that throwing error scored Tinsley. The fourth error of the game for the Blues. Fifth of the game as the Seagulls have one. The Kai Holm errant throw. The 2-1 from Sipola. And it is out just past the Blues bullpen in foul territory. That pushes the count to 2-2. 2-2 count with two outs and a runner on third. And it's a base hit into right field. Stanley, another RBI knock, his second of the game, and it's now 11-9 Seagulls. So Stanley, who came into this one with just one hit, now has two hits in back-to-back at-bats and driving in two runs to boot. So Landry back up to the dish. Fifth plate appearance of the ballgame for him. He is 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts and a walk. And with a guy like Landry, he does have pop. He hit 4 triples and 2 homers at Alabama State as a freshman. But most importantly, his biggest weapon is his speed. So, it's kind of a Willie Mays Hayes hit the ball on the ground, and he does. It gets through. He chops this one through past the third baseman, Borba, and he reaches safely. Another base hit for the Seagulls, their 12th hit of the ballgame. Runners now first and second, 2 gone, and the Seagulls will get a pinch hitter up, and it's Nav Sundar coming in for Jacob Brewer. So Nav, who looked like might have missed his first game of the season, and he says, no. Coming in, pinch hit opportunity. He's played now in all 12 games for the Seagulls. Him and Logan Hart. If Logan Hart comes in and grabs a bat or goes into the field as a substitution, him and Nav would be the only 2 players to have appeared in every game. Popped up, out of play. Now down the count 0-2. Runners on first and second. Stanley, the catcher, at second base. Landry at first. And Nav at the dish. The 0-2 high, 1-2.
Humphreys and Zajunas head to the Midwest and Ann Arbor come fall, but for now, the teammates here on the Central Coast.
The 1-2, he's out in front.
In front of the
Hits
Seagulls
it
dugout.
just in front of the dugout, which does have a netting in front of it.
Another run for the Seagull team. Cibola trying to sit him down and get out of this inning with just the 2 runs.
Back-to-back base hits for San Francisco, looking to make
The 1-2 high. Estabrook wants to appeal to second, or appeal the swing, but wasn't close to going around. It's 2-2. So deuces are wild. 2 on, 2 out in a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cipolla picks up the strikeout. Third of the game for him. But not before the Seagulls put 2 across in the top of the 6th. We'll be back on the home half of the 6th, 11-9 here in San Luis Obispo. Bottom of the 6th, Cameron Anderson here in San Luis Obispo as the Seagulls are up 11-9 on the Blues. Just want to quickly remind you all that the Seagulls' next game will be at home Wednesday, June 26th at 6 o'clock in San Bruno against the Sonoma Stompers, who the Seagulls are 2-1 against. Both of those teams have won on the road so far. The Seagulls took 2 in Sonoma, and then Sonoma came to San Bruno and won. So should be interesting, the 4th game of that matchup in the North Division. And this is as far south as the Seagulls will travel here in SLO. About a 4-hour, well, I guess 3 to 3.5 hour drive from San Bruno. My commute a little bit different. Sam Ardua leading it off for the Blues. Nick Balch still on the mound. He looked good coming into the game following Owen Gallegos. A couple of Cal State East Bay teammates, both juniors. Saw the best of the Cal State East Bay in yesterday's game as Dwyer Lewis was once again phenomenal. Not as dominant as his sub-1 ERA showed coming into that game, but nonetheless definitely held this Blues lineup in check and gave his offense the opportunity to pull out the victory, and they did. 0-2 on Ardua, and that one misses. 1-2. Ardua, 1 for 1 today, a walk and a hit by pitch, so he's reached base in all 3 plate appearances. Breaking ball tried to front door him. Instead, it misses inside, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, nobody out, and that one over Ardua's head. Three balls and two strikes. The pitch runs inside and drills him. So he's hit by the pitch in back-to-back plate appearances. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Dylan Getz, with a runner on first and nobody out. Runner on first for Dylan Getz. He was hit by a pitch as well in his last plate appearance, in which the Ardua and Getz back-to-back hit by pitches. I mean, looking up at the scoreboard here at Sinsheimer Park, the Blues have 3 hits and 9 runs. So they've been basically doing everything statistically outside of getting hits, whether it's drawing walks, being hit by pitches, errors. Was 3-0. Balch gets the first one over. 3-1 on Getz. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Fouled straight back, and now what was 3-0 is 3-2.
He enjoys normal things like cruising around in his 4Runner, snowboarding, swimming, takes bars, lifting. He also likes selling couches.
Really random hobby, but I guess if you're into it.
3-2 missing up.
The 3-2 misses, and it's ball 4. And if you're Coach Dom, you got to be, stressing right now, as the Blues haven't even had to put the ball in play. It's just been straight walks and hit by pitches so far. Coach Dom's going to call time, and he's going to come talk to the 6'3" right-hander. See if Coach Dom pulls the plug right here on Balch. Looks like he might stick with him. And he is.
Now would be a good time to do that, especially here in San Luis Obispo. I'm sure he's having a few.
The Blues' last hit came in the 3rd inning, and it was that double from Casey Borba, who is stepping into the box right now. He had the last hit. He walked in his last plate appearance.
The grind doesn't stop. The kinesiology major from Cal State East Bay.
Still nobody out. Runners on first and second, and this one's fouled straight back. 0-1. Borba from Santa Ana, California, Orange Lutheran High School,
Downstairs to Casey Borba.
and he's a sophomore at Texas.
He's a Giants fan, and his favorite player is Mookie Betts.
It just doesn't make sense to me unless maybe he was a fan.
1-1 now on Borba, who came into this one 3 for 10 through 2 games. He had 2 runs and an RBI. Well, he adds another run and another RBI in this game. This is a line drive to left field. Tinsley going up, and he makes the catch. A jumping, leaping attempt from Tinsley. He hauls it in, and that is a tough play for a left fielder. That ball knuckling as Borbo is all over it. But the speedy Tinsley was able to leap up and make the catch, robbing extra base hits, or extra bases, I should say. And that is the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. So runners both stay at first and second. 1 out. And here's Max Lane, the opposing left fielder. Lane 0 for 2 today with a sac fly and an RBI. Here's the 1-0. And this one past the diving Moreno into left field. Tinsley fields it cleanly. Throw home is going to be cut off by Moreno, the third baseman. 1 run comes across off of the RBI single from Max Lane. Second RBI of the day for Lane. Ardua comes in to score, and it's 11-10. Getz moves up 90 feet to second base, and still runners at first and second with 1 out. And in steps Owen Estabrook, the sophomore catcher at the University of Columbia. Columbia took a trip out to Santa Clara in a non-conference game. This one's popped up. Nav, the first baseman, ranging over along with the catcher Stanley, but they'll run out of room as it lands on top of the home dugout in foul territory. Estabrook 0 for 3 today, but has reached base in 2 of his plate appearances. He reached on air and a fielder's choice. The 0-1 from Balch, and it is into right field. Right fielder Stelling coming in. He makes the catch for the second out. So Stelling, a great jump on that ball. It was dying off of the bat. He comes in, makes the catch. Runner at second, unable to tag as that ball was hit too shallow to try to advance 90 feet. And so, a couple of flyouts to left and right in between a Max Lane RBI single. And now 2 are gone with runners on first and second. 1 across here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to the DH, Brendan Comerford, is outside. Ball 1. He's walked and been hit by a pitch so far.
Playing deep at short.
2-0 on Comerford. Fly ball, right field. Stelling will take a couple steps to his left out of courtesy, and he'll make the catch for the third out. 1 run comes across for the Blues. We head to the last 3 innings. In this one, it's 11-10 Seagulls in San Luis Obispo. Well, Ethan Rohn set to lead it off for the Seagulls, and same as Andrew Tinsley, had a chance to catch up with him before the game. Here's some quick words from him.
All right, I'm here with Ethan Rohn. Ethan, you're from Oklahoma. You went to Murray State. Do you have that connection with Coach Dom, and that's what brought you to the Seagulls?
I do, yeah. So I heard about it through Coach Dom, and he wanted me to just come out and play this summer, and it's been great so far.
Yeah. What about Coach Dom really drew you to keep playing for him, since you already had him as a coach at Murray State? What about him intrigued you?
Yeah, no, he's a great coach. He has my respect. He he cares about his players for sure, and everything that he does in baseball. So he's just a really good guy.
What has your experience been like with the Seagulls so far, personally, in terms of your own play, but also sort of as a team, the camaraderie aspect of playing with the Seagulls?
No, it's been fun. Getting to see good arms every single time we play, and to have the competition that we do here in the CCL. It's a great league. But yeah, it's been great.
If someone was thinking about joining the Seagulls, what would be your sales pitch to them? Why should they come play for the Seagulls in the summer?
I would say that, if you're a hitter, the arms you're facing every single day are Division I level arms every single day. And, it's just going to make you better to wherever you're going to go after summer. And, it's been super fun.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks for the time, Ethan. Good luck on the field.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, that was Ethan Rohn, who, of course, is being pinch hit for right here. He was set to lead it off, and good to catch up with Ethan Rohn, another out-of-state player here for the Seagulls. Him and Will Ellis, the closer from Oklahoma, and then obviously Andrew Tinsley earlier from Texas. Second pitch to James Bowes, who just pinch hit for Ethan Rohn. He hits a high fly ball, but Dry Lewis out there makes the catch for the first out. So Bowes retired before I could really give him the proper introduction. Here's Josh Hansen, the cleanup hitter in this one. He is 0 for 3 today with a walk and a run scored. Ground ball, left side, Ardua going to have to unleash. Throw to first in time, and Hansen's retired for the second out.
Good play by Artois to range to his right and threw the ball, but another distant throw is way in front of him. 2 up, 2 down again.
Failed to mention new arm on the mound, Erikas Pajunas.
Pajunas looking to be the villain in Tinsley's 4 for 4 day.
Andrew Tinsley steps into the box. He's 4 for 4 with 4 singles and finds himself ahead 2-0 now. He's also got a couple of stolen bases, and he's come across the score 4 times. 4 singles, 2 stolen bases, and 4 runs. Pajunas from Sherman Oaks, California, went to Notre Dame High School and is a incoming freshman at Michigan, another Michigan guy. As Tinsley pops this one up, second baseman and center fielder coming in. Lewis, a basket catch for the third out. Well, maybe a little bit of a homage right there to the late, great Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays, who just passed away this week. Dry Lewis makes the basket catch for the third out. We head to the bottom of the 7th. 11-10, Seagulls ahead. Home half of the 7th, Seagulls make another move to the mound, and it's the right-hander, Vicente Molina. Jackson Moore had the chance, and we've seen this again, similar to the home game on Friday, where Molina and Moore came in for the leading most appearances on the team, and Molina comes in right after Jackson Moore took the lead for most appearances. Now they're both still tied. Molina, 6-foot righty from South San Francisco, went to SI, St. Ignatius College Prep, University of Laverne, and then finished his grad year at Hawaii Pacific. In his 4 seasons at Laverne, 5.60 ERA and 27 1/3 innings pitched, striking out 13 batters. In this spring, in his grad year at Hawaii Pacific, he had a 3.00 ERA and 16 appearances out of the pen, 14 strikeouts, and picked up a save versus Azusa Pacific. 3-0 on Jake Hicksonbaugh. That one in the dirt. So 4 straight balls to Hicksonbaugh, and he's walked to lead off the bottom of the 7th. And in this 1-run game, now in crunch time, runs might be at more of a premium, in which earlier in the game it seemed like runs were just being handed out left and right like they were pieces of candy. Here's Braden Jeffress, the incoming Michigan freshman.
Now the current kid, Braden Jeffries, steps up now for his 4th time today. Talked about it last night.
0 for 1 today with a couple of walks and a couple of runs.
Braden Jeffries, the youngster playing Michigan next season.
So 5 straight balls from Molina coming out of the pen. Move to first.
Close call over there.
Hicksonbaugh back in safely.
A worthy title for Jeffries, who has been lighting up baseballs.
Molina, 9 1/3 innings pitched coming into this one as the runner's on the move. Stanley, throw to second on the hop. Did they get him? No. And Coach Dom's going to have a word with the field umpire. That was a bang play, as close as it gets. Stanley with a 1-hop seed in there. Nice pick from home. And then also applied the tag.
13th stolen bag of the season. Manager Dom Sebastiani in his first season with the Gulls talks it over with the field umpire. Heads back to the dugout now.
And actually looks like Kai Holm slides over to second. James Bowes comes in to play short. He pinch hit for Ethan Roan, who was originally playing second base. Him and Kai Holm swap. Bowes, a little bit of a better defensive shortstop. Nav came in to play first. Pinch hitting for Jacob Brewer. So those are some of the defensive substitutions I failed to mention. Outfield still the same. Left to right, Tinsley, Landry, and Stelling. And it's 2-1 on Jeffries. So stolen base for Hicksonbaugh. Now runner on second. Nobody out here in this 1-run ball game. Line drive up the middle. The ground ball gets through, and we're tied. So Jeffries' first knock of the game, but 3rd time he's reached safely. 2 runs for him, and now an RBI, as we are all tied 11-11. So back to a clean slate. We were tied at 6 apiece, tied at 9 apiece, now tied at 11 apiece. So 3rd tie of the game. Just 5 hits for the Blues, 12 for the Seagulls. 4 errors for the Blues to the Seagulls 1. So if you looked at that alone, you would assume that this game would be in the Seagulls' favor in terms of the run column based on hits and errors, but the biggest issue for the Seagulls today has been throwing strikes. Here's the 0-1 to Jariah Lewis, the leadoff hitter, who's now in for his 5th plate appearance of the game. He's 1 for 3 with a walk as well, and he's come across to score 2 times. Finds himself down in the count, 0-2. Molina looking for the punch out or a ground ball here. Tries to hit the outside corner, but misses just outside. Molina, 5 hits and 5 earned runs allowed so far with 7 walks and 7 strikeouts. Make it 8 strikeouts after Lewis goes down looking for the first out here in the home half of the 7th. So here's Sam Ardua, University of Texas. Was ranked the number 2 shortstop in the state of Louisiana. The 1-0, runners on the move. Ground ball, just foul. Probably about 6 inches foul of the bag as Ardua was out in front. Count now 1-1 with 1 out and a runner on first. That one misses 2-1. Well, the Seagulls have 2 days off, Monday and Tuesday, so we'll see if they're just willing to unleash the bullpen in this one. With a couple of days off, might have to throw the whole kitchen sink at the Blues in this great opportunity to steal 2 games in San Luis Obispo on the road against a historical program and one that came into the weekend 6-3, second best in the CCL. So this would definitely be an eye-opener to not only the Blues and Blues fans who are here at this game, but also the rest of the CCL, as the Seagulls, who are affiliates of the CCL for the first year, sort of a proving, not audition, but a little bit of a proving moment here this weekend, traveling up to the Blues site and playing them here and potentially beating them back-to-back games. Would be a big deal for the Seagulls program. Count is 3-2, 1 out, runners on the move. It is hit, popped up. Sundar might be able to play just out of the reach of his glove. He almost snow-coned it, but was just off of the end of the tip of the leather. And it falls foul. Still 3-2. Great attempt from Sundar trying to make the play on that one, and if he was able to catch that and quickly turn around, Molina was heads up, ready to cover the bag because for some reason the runner was on the move. He was stealing. The 3-2 would have been doubled up at first. Try the 3-2 again. Ground ball to third. Moreno flips to second. Back to first, and it's another errant throw from Kai Holm. Gets by Sundar, and so Holm, second throwing error, as that's twice now that he had a chance to turn 2 up the middle. He was at shortstop before Bose came in for Roan, and then they swapped. So he makes a throwing error short and a throwing error now at second. And there's some life. Almost got out of the inning right there. Instead, they get the force out at second. And Ardois is now up to second base with 2 outs. And the 3-hitter, first baseman Dylan Getz, in the box. So 5-4 put out on Jeffries.
As I said before, the Menlo Park Legends have sole possession of first place. SLO and Walnut Creek Crawdads are tied for second, both half a game out from the Legends. San Francisco, fifth in the standings, 2 games back.
1-0 on Getz. That one in there. 1-1. Getz, no hits today, but he has reached 3 times. Reached on a fielder's choice and then was hit by a pitch and walked. He came around to score back into the third. Here's a grounder to first, just foul. 1-2. Ball almost rolled right across the face of the first base bag. Instead, just to the right of the line in foul territory. So 1-2, 2 outs. Runner on second in this tie ball game, as we are just shy of the 3-hour mark in this game here in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-2 misses outside. 2-2.
Deuces are wild with 2 gone and a runner at second base.
2 on, 2 out, or excuse me, 2 out, 2-2 count, and a runner on second.
Steps up to the dish, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Molina trying to get his guys back in the dugout. Instead, misses, lone inside. Stanley, a good pick behind the dish. And the count pushes to 3-2.
He's hit the ball hard in 3 of his at-bats today. A double in the 3rd inning. Hard line out to left in the 6th. Also grounded to second and walked in the 4th.
Count is full with 2 outs and a runner on second.
Hands from the waist up to his shoulder.
Molina pauses, fires, swing and a miss, got him. Getz goes down swinging. Couple of punch outs for Molina here. 1 run comes across as the Blues tie it 11-11. We head to the top of the 8th, all tied 11-11. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a good one here in San Luis Obispo. Top of the 8 here in Sinchemeyer Park in sunny San Luis Obispo as we head to the top of the 8th. Almost 5 o'clock here in SLO. And still sunny and warm. 81 degrees. High of 87 here at the park today in this warm summer afternoon. Earlier start time than normal. Obviously, the San Bruno games and most of the games this season have been 6 o'clock start times, but this weekend had some afternoon games. Switch it up a little bit. 1-1 on Logan Stelling, leading it off here for the Seagulls. Stelling just finishing up his season at West Valley, the 3C2A state championship runner-up. Whoa, just a bit inside. It's the great Bob Yecker, just a bit outside. That one slipped out of the hands of Pajunas. Bob Euchre. The 3-1 misses upstairs. Ball 4. Stelling kicks off the top of the 8th with a walk. And he's reached base 3 times now. Logan Hart is going to come in and pinch hit for Logan Stelling. So Logan for Logan. And Hart will get his substitution to make him have an appearance in every single game this summer. Him and Nav now 12 appearances. Or 12 games, not appearances. They're not bullpen pitchers. 12 games, just not all starts, but they've appeared in 12 games. Head coach or skipper Dean Trainer will walk out to the mound. He's going to take the ball from the right-hander Pajunas heading to University of Michigan. We'll take a quick break and be back on the other side with the new arm for the Blues. Pajunas gets pulled. They go to the bullpen once again. It's the 6'2" righty Jace Evangelista from Riverside, California. Went to Martin Luther King High School and is a sophomore at UW. Ranked as the number 41 right-handed pitcher in California. This spring as a freshman, he made 13 appearances, throwing 21 2/3 innings pitched with 22 strikeouts and a 4.98 ERA. And like I said, ranked as the number 41 right-handed pitcher in California by a perfect game his senior year. 13 appearances for UW, University of Washington. And he comes in with a runner on first in a tie ball game, nobody out. And Matt Moreno digging into the box. Dangerous bat here in this order, batting 7th today. But he's reached 3 times and has a couple of singles. He doubled yesterday, picked up a couple of RBIs.
Up with a runner on first base. Pitcher and Jason Evangelista.
He's reached safely in all 4 plate appearances today. And dating back to yesterday, he reached safely twice with a walk and a double. Came across the score 2 times in that one when the Seagulls won 7-4 in yesterday's game. He's come across to score 5 runs this weekend. So Moreno and Tinsley offensively have lifted the Seagulls into not only the victory yesterday. Well, Tinsley didn't play yesterday, but Moreno was an integral part of that victory. And today, but Tinsley's 4-for-4 effort with 4 runs today has definitely helped. Logan Hart at first base. He pinch ran for Logan Stelling. He was jumping around right there, baiting on, trying to swipe a bag. 0-2 on Moreno. Came across to score after the throwing error from Braden Jeffries.
In last night's game against San Luis Obispo.
Moreno calls time. Kai Holm on deck with nobody out. Hart, the pinch runner at first. And the 0-2 back pick to first after the pitch was outside for the first ball. Hart back in safely. It's 1-2. Well, the catcher Parker Goff yesterday backpicked a runner at second base. As this is a roller to short, they're going to flip to second for one. Back to first, Moreno's in safely. Hart out at second base for the first out of the top of the 8th, but they're not able to get the back end of the double play. So one gone, runner on first, and in steps Kai Holm.
Out, runner on first base for Kai Holm. He's 1 for 3, 2 groundouts to short. An RBI, also had an RBI single to third. He walked in the second.
Kai Holm 1 for 3 today. A single and is grounded out to short in his last 2 at-bats. Also has a walk today, so he's reached safely twice.
Serving time as a Bulldog at the College of San Mateo.
It's one of 4 players in the lineup who have not come across to score, one of 4 starters.
Jason Evangelista.
Roan has scored. Hansen has scored once, both of them 1 run. Tinsley 4 runs, Stelling 2 runs, Moreno 3. So the heart of the order doing a lot of the scoring today.
Over his right shoulder. Third straight ball from
The 2-0 misses, and it's 3-0 on Kai Holm. Now at second base after James Bowes came in for Ethan Roan. Here's the 3-0 from Evangelista. Gets it in there, strike 1.
Bumped it down the heart of the plate to get one on the board. 2 balls and 1 strike. Holm last night was 1 for 3, 2 runs batted in, and a hit by pitch.
Hitters count here for Holm.
Last night in today's game with
Moreno on the move. And it's a line drive into the gap. Moreno rounds second, and he'll dig for 3. It's a base hit that will let Moreno come all the way around to third. He was stealing on the pitch in easily at third base, and now Seagulls have some action. Thirteenth hit of the ballgame for this Seagulls offense to the Blues 5, but nonetheless, still tied, 11 apiece. Holm at first as he picks up his second single of the game. And in steps Shane Stanley, who has 2 singles himself. And again, into the right side for the 3rd time. I mean, kind of a crazy scouting report, but I mean, you have to have your second baseman in double play depth up the middle, but that is 3 straight plate appearances that he has just dribbled it in between the first base and the second baseman into short right field. 3 RBI singles for Shane Stanley today. Best game offensively of the summer for him by far.
12 of the 14 that this team has. Talk about production. Only 2 strikeouts in that group as well.
So back-to-back singles, and the Seagulls take the lead. 12-11. Runners on first and second. Still just one out here as Isaiah Landry is quickly down the count 0-2. Swings way over the top of that one. Landry's reached safely twice. A walk and a single for him, and then 3 flyouts. He's 1 for 4.
2 strikes, 2 runners on, and 1 out.
Checks his swing, almost went around, but instead it's 1-2.
Strikes to Landry. 2 vicious lineouts to left field. Max Lane had to corral those hot shots in the 3rd and 4th inning.
Nav on deck. And here's the 1-2. Good take. 2-2.
Fastball offering outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Evangelista really wanting Landry to bite on those pitches. He hasn't done so in 2 attempts. The AB here from the Alabama State Hornet.
The 2-2. And it is into left field. It's going to get down.
Coming around from
Runner home will be held up at third,
held up at
as it was a good throw from the left fielder Max Lane into the cutoff man and third baseman.
signal. And now there's runners.
Bases are loaded now for Nav.
Came in to pinch hit for Jake Brewer in the 6th inning.
And big spot here for the Seagulls to blow this one open. It's 12-11 as they've put 1 across here in the 8th. But a good opportunity to add in some more. First pitch right down the middle. Nav takes strike 1.
Strike 1. Offering 3 hits in a row. San Francisco.
Fastball misses 1-1.
Field playing in. 1 out, bases loaded. Here in the top of the 8th inning. Seagulls have just taken the lead over San Luis Obispo.
Funny enough, 15 hits for the Seagulls today as Nav foul tips that one 1-2. At home, if all of you have been watching, I want you to guess how many extra base hits the Seagulls have hit today. They have 15 hits. Well, they haven't hit a single extra base hit today. 15 singles for the Seagulls, who might be the San Francisco Singles now. That might be the new name. 15 singles for the Seagulls. Can't say that multiple times over and over. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. Here's a 2-2 to Nav in the dirt. Estabrook picks it. It's 3-2.
At the plate and keeping the runners at bay. Evangelista wants a new baseball. Now full 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nav Succo.
Bases loaded. 3-2 count and 1 out here in the top of the 8th.
Nav is 273 this
The 3-2 from Evangelista. Right up the middle. It's going to get down. 1 run will score. Are they going to send him? Yes, he's being waved around. The throw from Lewis, and it is not in time. It is 14-11 now as that ball squirts away from the catcher, Estabrook. So 2 runs come across on the 2-run single from Nav. He advances all the way to second base on the error, and Landry advances to third base on the error. So Seagulls capitalized with runners in scoring position once again this inning.
Blues now trailed the Seagulls by 3 runs.
And this is the 4th inning that they've scored multiple runs. 14-11,
From Estabrook, 1 ball and no strikes.
16 hits,
In row.
all singles.
Hit of the day, 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a fly out to center field.
Here's James Bowes, who pinch hit for Ethan Rohn and then swapped with Kai Holm defensively to play shortstop. 1-1 on him.
Strike 1. Here's the 1-1. Popped up.
1-1 is fouled back.
Looks like this is actually James Bowes replacing Ethan Rohn. Pinch hitting in the 8th inning. This is
Second and third, one out. Infield is in this 3-run game. It is a ground ball, and Landry is caught up in between home and third. And Bose, who's going to second, he's going to be out. So poor base running from the Seagulls. It's a double play for the Blues as Evangelista gets out of the jam, but not before 3 runs come across in the top of the 8th. It's 14-11 Seagulls as we head to the home half of the 8th. Ryan Roca, man on the mound for the Seagulls, number 2, and from South San Francisco, went to El Camino High School and is a redshirt freshman at Kenyatta in his junior and senior year of high school. He threw 66 innings with 63 strikeouts and a 3.71 ERA. He's going to face Casey Borba, the Blues' third baseman. He's doubled and walked today, 1 for 3. He came around to score after that RBI double. And
Grounder on the backhand, moving towards home plate. Throw over to home to Estabrook. We got the runner from Isaiah Landry to run down. Estabrook tagged him, flew over to second base to try to get Bose. James Bose trying to take the bag. He's unsuccessful as Jeffries put
the 0-1 breaking ball inside, 1-1 on Borba.
Casey Borba sitting there, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Roca, this is third appearance, 5 2/3 in his 2 previous appearances. 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 walks, 3 punch-outs, so he comes in with a 1.59 ERA. 2-1 on Borba, and that one's low, 3-1.
1 strike. Texas infielder.
Borba, part of the left side of this infield. Him and Ardua, both at the University of Texas. This one's popped up, and it will be just out of the reach of Sundar. No, he made the catch. Wow, he reached right up onto the fence, makes the catch. Thought that one was going to be out of play into the bullpen. Instead, great running grab from the Seagulls first baseman. So that's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th with a 3-run lead that Roca comes in to protect. In steps Max Lane, the Blues left fielder. Takes a look at ball 1. He is 1 for 3 today with a sac fly and an RBI. A couple of RBIs for him, as he hit an RBI single, driving in Sam Ardua. And here's another single. This one into left. Might round first. He is not going to test Tinsley, and that is a smart decision. So Lane, back-to-back hits for him. And he's 2 for 4. And that'll bring up the catcher from the University of Columbia, Owen Estabrook. He's reached safely twice today, but is 0 for 4. Reached on a throwing error from Kai Holm, and then a fielder's choice. Estabrook and Max Lane, the only Blues who have not come around to score today.
Strikeout looking, error from the shortstop, fielder's choice, pop out to right field, as limping behind home plate is Shane Stanley after diving for that fastball in the dirt.
Home plate umpire calling time for Stanley behind the dish, getting a breather. He's got to be pretty gassed catching a 14-11 game. Over 3 hours into this one. And here's another line drive, and this one is foul.
Home plate umpire immediately flashes his hands in the air on a ball that looked similar to Max Lane, just a bit more curved to it.
From the vantage point of the press box up here, looked like that was going to get down, and Lane had a great jump on it. Probably was going to be able to take third base, even though that was hit into left field. Short throw for Tinsley, but it was down the line. Looked like it was going to be just too far to get the throw out at third. Instead, hugged the line a little too much, so much that it went foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, runner on first, and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Breaking ball, misses, 2-1. Center fielder Landry, pretty big shift out there in center, playing left center. Here's a dribbler to Bose. Throw it home, on to first, not in time, and Estabrook reaches safely.
Chop ground ball to home, and gets the force out at second, and Max Lane. Gone here, and a runner at first.
So 6-4 put out. Max Lane retired at second. Estabrook reaches safely at first on the fielder's choice.
Brendan Comerford, the designated hitter, batting 7th for San Luis Obispo, Ohlone College Renegade, entering his sophomore season up north.
Here is Brendan Comerford.
Out to left, popped out to right field today.
0 for 1. Well, he's reached safely twice. Walk and a hit by pitch.
Electrifying season at Ohlone for his first year of college. St. Mary's College.
Roca trying to throw up a donut here in the bottom of the 8th. That one misses up and in, 2-0.
Comerford leads the team in doubles with 7. With 11 RBIs and 1 triple.
The 2-0 swing and a miss. Might have taken a little bit off on that one. 2-1.
And that was that count you were talking about earlier, 2-0, count that you liked. Comerford thought he got his pitch on the fastball, but it was a changeup and it just ducked below the bat.
Soft throw to first, not in time to get Owen Estabrook.
Comerford came into this one batting 194 in 8 games.
Rip and get something you like. You can't just aim
Few doubles, 4 RBIs.
yes, no until the pitch comes in.
And here's a line drive out to left. It's going to hang up too much. Tinsley will make the catch for the third out. Through 8, it's 14-11. Seagulls out in front. Cameron Anderson. We'll see you in the top of the 9th here in San Luis Obispo on the other side. Top of the 9th here, and Josh Hansen set to lead it off with this 3-run cushion, looking to add on some insurance runs as the hard-throwing right-hander Will Ellis already getting ready in the pen in a potentially save opportunity. Picked up his second save yesterday. But Josh Hansen, 0 for 4 today, looking for his first knock. One of the few guys who has not joined the party today. 16 hits for the Seagulls, and arguably the most, not arguably, the most notable hitter in this lineup, but arguably the best hitter in this lineup as well, looking for his first knock. Leads the team in RBIs. 2-0 on Josh Hansen. This one dribbled foul. Hansen came into today hitting .286 through 10 games. His 9 RBIs first, and his 10 walks were second. After walking today, make that 11 on the summer for him. 2-1, swing and a miss. It's 2-2. So 16 hits for the Seagulls. Hansen searching for his first. 0 for 4 today with the walk. He did come across to score. Back in the third. That one in the dirt. Count runs full, 3-2.
Intimate back end of this game as the fans trickle out of Sinsheimer. It's 84-degree afternoon in slow.
The 3-2, strike 3. Hansen goes down looking. Thought that one missed instead. His second strikeout of the ball game. In steps Andrew Tinsley, 4 for 5 today with 4 runs. And he's having a career day at the plate. Breaking ball misses outside. Ball 1. Tinsley came into this one hitting .226. That's going to change. 10 games. His 8 runs coming in today were second best. Now he has an added 4 runs, so make it 12 runs on the season. And he doubled his stolen base total with 2 stolen bases today. So he leads the team in runs and stolen bases now after his performance today. 2-1 on Tinsley.
Those are just the signs of a good hitter in the modern era in his career. 2-year career with the Aggies at Murray State College.
Tinsley headed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, at least committed. Ground ball, and Ardua makes the play, but he's going to hold it, and Tinsley's got 5 hits. Not many 5-hit performances, folks. 5 singles for Andrew Tinsley, and I don't know how many 5-hit performances he's had in his life. Don't have a stat or database to pull that from, but I would guess that it would be slim to none. 17 hits, 17 singles, and what's been a bizarre Sunday afternoon as it's 14-11. Looks like a football score. That one's in the dirt, gets by the catcher. Tinsley will reach second easily. So Tinsley, a couple of stolen bases. That time, a wild pitch that he's able to advance to second on. But again, Tinsley on second base with less than 2 outs. Logan Hart is the man with the bat in his hand now, as he came in to pinch run for Logan Stelling and then took over in right field. He's ahead in the count 2-0. Hart. Ground ball. And it's a 2-hopper right to the second baseman. He makes the play, throw to first in time. 2 are gone. So Hart grounds out to second, and now 2 are gone. Tinsley advances to third base after the ground ball to the right side. And here steps Matt Moreno. So Moreno in the box, Tinsley at third. Combined 4 runs have come across because of these 2. Ground ball to third. Throw to first in time. Damage averted by the Blues and Evangelista. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Blues down to their last 3 outs, and Will Ellis heading to the mound. Bottom of the 9th, and the closer comes into the game to shut the door in back-to-back games. He shut the door yesterday, picking up his 2nd save in a clean inning. It is the right-hander from Oklahoma, Will Ellis. This is Ellis's 5th appearance out of the pen. He comes into today's game with 4 appearances, 10 innings pitched, 7 hits, nada runs, 3 walks, 14 punch-outs in 10 innings. He's 1-0 with 2 saves and a clean ERA. First pitch to Jake Hicksonbaugh, the right fielder, set to lead it off, down by 3 runs. And he's got his work cut out for him, as Will Ellis has just been absolutely lights out for the Seagulls so far.
He went 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts against San Luis Obispo.
1-1 on Hicksonbaugh.
That was a changeup doing his job.
Ellis,
The leadoff man
Murray State,
pitches it
JC,
from the new right
same as Roan and Tinsley.
come out of the bullpen for San
Just finished his junior year at Oklahoma Baptist. And this is his second year with the Seagulls. He was a part of the team last season and definitely one of the leaders in the bullpen. Chopper to second. Home. Throw to first. In time. One is gone.
right fielder from Monterey Peninsula College. One away here in the ninth inning.
So Hicksonbaugh grounds out for the first out, and that'll bring up Braden Jeffries. 1 for 2 today. A couple of walks and a couple of runs for him. He's going to Michigan in the fall to play in the spring. First pitch, fouled back. Ellis in his 2 years at Murray State, 94 punch-outs in 88 1/3 innings pitched. Threw a lot of innings in his time at Murray State. The high fastball misses, 1-1. This spring, he made a team-high 20 appearances, going 2-2 with 3 saves, and he had 34 strikeouts in 34 innings.
Fastball missing outside, 2 balls and 1 strike to the Michigan Wolverine.
2-1 on Jeffries.
Will Ellis, the Oklahoma Baptist Bison, who's a transfer from Murray State College.
And the slider, and Jeffries all over it. It's a base hit into right field.
1 out knock for the Wolverine, his second of the day.
So Ellis tried to drop in a little slide piece right there, but Jeffries all over it as it just sort of hung in the zone there. Hits it into short right field in front of Logan Hart, and the 1-out base runner for the Blues here in the bottom of the ninth. Run on first, and here's Jariah Lewis, top of the order. Once again, 6th plate appearance for Jariah Lewis. He is 1 for 4 today with a walk. He singled back in the 3rd, came across the score, and then walked in the 4th and came across the score. Since then, ground out and a strikeout. Tries to backdoor the slider, misses. 1-1 on Lewis from Alameda, California, just across the bay from San Bruno, that is.
Fouled straight back into the netting, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A good sign on that foul back. Had it timed out perfectly.
1-2 on Lewis. Will Ellis looking for his 15th punch ticket of the summer. Here's the 1-2. And foul tip as the Lewis was caught in between. He check swung and just fouled it right in front of the home plate. Stanley having a little bit of a chuckle about it. Seagulls looking to steal 2 games as big underdogs coming into this one. Swing and a miss. Lewis swings at the breaking ball in the dirt. 2 are gone. Seagulls' victory would push them back to 500 at 6-6. Currently 5-6. The Blues at 6-4, who coming into this weekend were 2nd in the CCL. Seagulls trying to spoil that for the Blues. 2 are gone, and in steps Sam Ardua, shortstop, sophomore at University of Texas. He's reached 3 times. And he's come across to score twice. Has been hit by a pitch twice. He's down the count 0-2. Blues down to their last strike in this 14-11 contest. Ardua down 0-2, 2 gone. Will Ellis looking for another save and trying to shut the door. Chopper or foul down the first baseline. And he'll see another day. The 0-2. Chopper. Ellis won't be able to make the play. Bose. Throw to first. In time. And the Seagulls are victorious. They win both games this weekend here in San Luis Obispo. They steal 2 at Sinschemeyer Park. Seagulls 500 now at 6-6. Will Ellis picks up the save. And what a performance. What a game that we were all treated to. And wow, 17 hits, 14 runs, and this football type score of a baseball game. The Seagulls are victorious, winning by 3 runs. Andrew Tinsley have a day, 5 for 6 for him, and he came across the score 4 times. Him and Matt Moreno, 4 runs today. They solo combined for 8 runs just alone on crossing home plate, not even any of their runs that they drove in. So I will sign out here. Next game is on Wednesday in San Bruno at 6 o'clock. Make sure to tune in to the live stream, and I will be there once again on the call. I am Cameron Anderson signing out from San Luis Obispo, California. The Seagulls take 2 here in SLO as they head back home. A couple of days off until Wednesday. Thank you all for joining me. That is all. Good night, everybody.